sorry about that, guys. I am very, very sorry. But the plug that comes in power in my sockets, that connects everything, was off. It had a small string, so it had gotten spoiled. But now I fixed it. You can see I'm sweating. Yeah, but I've fixed it now. I've fixed the problem permanently. Now it is very okay. And I want to say I'm sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from wherever you're catching me from. This live has been, I think, one of the most tiresome one. I think the devil doesn't want me to do this one here, but I'll definitely do it. I've fixed the problem and I've permanently fixed it. My socket is like so. So one of the wires was loose. It was only one wire remaining in the socket. So I had to remove it and I fixed it. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night from wherever you're catching me from. Super excited, of course, to be here. We are starting afresh. We did our first live, it got issues. We did a second one, it got issues. Now we've come with this one. And with this one, I've tried to fix everything. So everything is working out perfectly. So we are not going to be going off. We are on. Yeah, we are on. So power issue is sorted. So it's not going to be happening again. Luze Andrew Anderson is my name. And just in case it's your first time, to come through this platform, please, you can go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification button so that each time we come through, you're among the first people to be watching. But now I've fixed the problem, so the problem is now okay. So the reason why we came through, time check, I think it is 11 2 Ugandan time. Oh, wow. This is the latest I think I've come through. But in case you're there and you're watching, yeah, you can put up the comments. Yeah, put up a comment so that I can know that I'm not talking only to myself. Yeah, you can put up the comment, then we can keep jazzing. Anyway, today we are talking about if you want to go far in life, yeah, train your heart to accept disappointment from people you love and trusted so much. Yeah, you have to learn. I'm going to repeat like basically from when we had started off, yeah. So not everyone you love will love you the same way. Of course, that is life, yeah. If you want to go far in life, train your heart to accept disappointment, especially from the people you love and trusted the most. Of course, I told you initially you cannot get disappointed from the people you don't know or the people who are far away from you. The people who disappoint us are basically family. If it's not family, it is a sister that is a family, brother, relatives, uncles, and aunties. Those are the people who disappoint us. Wives, girlfriends, and boyfriends. Those are the kind of people who disappoint us. But of course, I'm going to be telling you because the truth is, yeah, disappointment is not from a stranger. Never. It cannot happen. It comes from the people that we really, really know and the people who are close to us and the people who we opened up to. But the reason why I decided to come up with this topic is because sometimes when we get disappointed, there is something that we lose in us. And that kind of pain, of course, it hits different. A friend you trusted turns against you. A woman you loved walks away. A family member you helped forgets you when you need them the most. They break it breaks something inside us, yeah, and it happens quietly. You start losing motivation, the things that you loved doing. Now, like when I started this live, of course, the first time it went off, I was disappointed. The second time again it went off, but now I'm like, no, I'm going to stick. Yeah, I'm going to sit and I have to make it. It has to be like 59 minutes or 58 minutes, yeah, because I don't want to go in the next hour. I want it to end in this hour. So at the end of the day, it breaks your motivation and you stop even trying. You start questioning everything. So now, like how it has happened today, imagine I did my first live, it messed me up. I did the second, it messed me up. Now I'm doing the third one. But now the third one, I made sure I clear the issue. The sockets were not working. But now I would have been like, I would have given up already. I would be like, you know what? Let me not do a live today. But this is something I promised myself. And I'm like, I'm supposed to do a live every day, at least in the morning. If it's not in the morning, in the evening or in the afternoon, but it is a must. I'm supposed to do it. So this thing of power going on and off and my solar messing me up, it wouldn't stop me. again, I have come back and we are going to do it. So you start questioning and you're like, am I really doing even the right thing? But anyway, many men are stuck today not because they are weak. Yeah, just like how I told you with these young kids. Yeah, they always want to be, praised. They want to be cheered at. Yeah, this is like a man. If you come back home and you've brought stuff at home, and then your wife or your kids are like, "Daddy, thank you very much. You've done something beautiful." Whether even if it's a girl, I know they are like, "Thank you very much for taking care of us." Like there's a way it motivates you. Yeah, it motivates you and it makes you even work a little bit harder. You get the point? I think you're getting me. So when when now they hurt you, you lose that motivation. You start, you know, you lose your focus because you feel not really appreciated. So many men are just stuck today, not because they are weak, but because they were hurt and they never healed. But hear me, brother or sister, this life will not always give you the same energy as you give. We talked about that. What you give out doesn't mean that that's what you're going to receive. Most people think that, being a good person to others and being there for them, that they will also end up doing the same. That's not how really life works. Nowadays, life is for those who are aggressive. Yeah. If you're aggressive and you basically know what you want, you're like, come what may, I'm supposed to be doing this. So it is not for, I did good to someone, then I think they will reciprocate. No, no. So if you lose, let's continue. I tell you why I decided to come up with this kind of a topic that I feel like I wanted us to be all sharing. So you can be real, loyal, kind, and still get disappointed. And of course, being disappointed, it means that you have been there for those people. So by the time you've been kind and loyal to them, when they backstab you, that's when you feel disappointed and you feel hurt. And if your heart is not strong enough to accept that, you will keep failing and you won't get back to train your heart. So you have to train your heart that, you know what? You train it to say yes. I've been disappointed. And if you and if you're hurt and yes, and you accepting stuff is very important. But again, you're like, I will not stop. Yes, they left me, but I will not quit. Yes, I was disappointed, but I will not lose my purpose. So you see, when that acceptance comes in, yeah, when that acceptance comes in, and this acceptance I'm talking about, most of the people don't want to accept most of the things, and that's why they lag behind. Yeah, because you used to be famous, now you're not famous, and you've failed to accept that I'm not where I used to be. We have workmates. Yeah, so most of the people misunderstand the workmates, the colleagues, for friendship, and that is very bad. You're supposed to differentiate those two. So most of the people, because they are there for conveniency, yeah, because you are you are near them, yeah, you are at a given proximity. So because hanging out together and working together doesn't make you friends. So when you lose that job, those people will disappear. When you're successful in a given thing, everyone will want to associate with you. But when things fail, everyone disappears. So you're supposed to really, really differentiate those things. So because the day you truly accept that the disappointment is part of life, is the day nothing can control you anymore. You stop depending on the people too much. You start depending on yourself. You start, trusting. You now depend on yourself for cheerleading. Yeah. Like how people can be there and then they are cheering you. So now you have to accept and you're like, you know what? Even when no one is there for me, I'm going to do my stuff my way. Because if you're getting motivation, it's like most of the people get motivation, maybe when they drink, when they use substances, and that's when they feel motivated. Now you have to learn to motivate yourself and just know that, if I don't do it for me, no one is going to do it for me. I have to do it for me. That is very, very important. So because the day you accept that, then disappointment is part of life. It is a day nothing can control you anymore. You stop depending on people too much. You start depending on yourself. And of course, you trust in you and you keep moving forward even when it hurts. That's the heart of a strong person. Because if every disappointment breaks you, you will you will never see who you could become. But if you learn to raise every time you fail, then nothing in the world can stop you. You get it? Then nothing can stop you, because most of the people get motivation from different things. Yeah, as I told you initially, because you've drank a little bit, then there you feel like, yeah, now I'm motivated because someone is cheering you, then you're getting motivated. But now you have to motivate yourself. That's very important. I can see someone here. Let me read this comment. Let me go. Let me read it. Okay. Talk about it, bro. We have all been victims. Very true. Who is that? That is, of course, DV. Let me read it here. Which DV updates? Let me read the name here properly, because I monitor myself also on my phone. Yeah. So let me go. I read who sent in that text. Of course, that is DVC. Yeah, DVC. DV Cap Death. Yes, that is the thing. Has been, of course, you have said, talk about it, bro. We have all been victims. So that is very true. At the end of the day, if you want to be motivated by others, and you want to be, you want someone to cheer you up, just like how I told you with kids. Me, when I'm here with my son, yeah, most of the times, when he doesn't want to eat food, yeah, I start cheerleading, and then I'm like, yay, Tyler is doing okay, you're eating, you're strong. And when I do that, then he eats a little bit more. But if I don't cheerlead him, then he doesn't eat. So at the end of the day, true, we all need people to motivate us. We all need people, to support us. But when such doesn't happen, it doesn't mean you're going to lose all your focus, because now you have to focus on you. Now, like me, I told myself every day I'm going to be making a live. Yes, it is true. Initially, I started off by doing interviews. I keep saying this so that the people who come through can understand why is it that we really changed the kind of content we were doing. Then we changed from the interviews that I was doing on TV. Then we changed to politics, because President Bobby Wine, whatever he was doing, I liked his direction, and at the end of the day, his motives, I felt like they were real. And of course, he was a friend, because through music, before entering politics, again, we could talk. So I was like, no, I'm going to support him. I supported him for 7 years. Now, when I got my kid, that's when I was like, no, now I've gotten my kid, I have to support him. Yeah, I have to support him. So we left politics and we came in this. Yes, when we changed from politics, and then I started doing these podcasts, and then focusing on me and the things I really like, and I left politics. Most of the people felt bad. They were like, no, and most of the people, by the way, unsubscribed. Most of the people left, but I was like, it's okay. Let them leave. I will stay with the few that really, because now the reason why I told myself in 2026 it's going to be us, because I wanted to build a community whereby we can support each other. Yeah. Because I've been at a point in life whereby I didn't have any support. I think I say that story. There is a point in life where I felt like I don't know how I should call it. I was feeling depressed. I was having anxiety. I was having, I was feeling alone. And during that time, it really hit me so much that I looked for someone to talk to. I looked for someone to talk to. And I remember I called Donzida. I keep saying that story. I called Donzida all the way from the US. And I had spent like over 10 years minus talking to her. But she's a person that I felt like I would talk to, whom will not judge me. So that's why I was like, no, by 2026, now let me put up my face there. Let the people know it is me. And it doesn't matter whether I remain with 3 or 10 or 5, but at least if I have a community who believe in me and I believe in them, the people I can call, and we talk and support each other. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're into YouTube, whether me, even if there is one person watching, because it's been 7 years minus being in front of the camera. So whether it is one person coming, whether it is two people coming, I will still do these videos. Yeah, I will still do these videos, because now I felt like I want to do the kind of content whereby my son will grow up and watch these videos, and he's like, if dad was here, what would he say about it? And guess what? He'll go and you'll find a video when I talked about that thing that he's thinking about. I felt like, even doing the interviews, I felt like, no, It is going to be me. I'm going to focus mainly on me and my son. And then I create this community, the people whom we can support. Yeah, we can support each other in a given way. Because I don't want to be there and then we are discussing people, who did what. I don't know. At one point, I felt maybe I have grown because now I don't feel like we can sit here and then we start discussing who impregnated who is cheating on who. Those things don't add value on us. Yeah. So I want the things that add value on us. Having 1,000 people watching and then they cannot talk to me, neither can I talk to them, and we don't support each other. It is really, really vague. Yeah. It really doesn't make sense. So I wanted to be having things that really add value on me. So as I was telling you, if we could go back on our topic, which is, of course, if you want to go far in life, train your heart to accept disappointments from people that you love and the people that you trusted. As I told you initially, you can never be disappointed by someone you don't know. You get disappointed by the people you know, the people you opened up to, the people you really like are the ones who disappoint you. You cannot get a disappointment from someone who stays very far, someone you don't talk to, someone you don't interact with. You cannot be disappointed by them. Why? Because you have nothing in common. But now those people, just like the story I was telling you, there is a girl who left Uganda and left for you. He worked for 3 years. You can imagine 3 years. That is 3 years of hibernation. Yeah, hibernation. And you're like, let me go work. 3 years, at least I build a house. At least I do something for myself. This girl went abroad, started sending money to her mother, sent money to her mother to build her a house. And yes, they built the house. But surprisingly, the mom sold off the house. And by the time she returned, the house was already sold. And imagine, from by the person she loves the most, her mom, the one she trusted the most, her mom, it really hurts. And when it happens, if you've not trained yourself to easily let go, and you're like, if that has happened, yes, it has happened. So what am I going to do? Let me move on. Let me start afresh. Let me start afresh. Because if you don't have such kind of motivation, then you're going to be a loser. Then you're going to be a loser. And I told you, for the people who keep watching some of the content we put up here, I told you, in this life, no one in this life is coming to save us. No one is coming to save you. Life is, you cannot be successful by luck. It is impossible. It is a system. You cannot be successful by luck. It can never happen. It can never happen. The only person who is coming to save you is yourself. It is you who is supposed to save yourself. Now, it is me who told myself, let me make this life. No one has motivated me. My son is there sleeping. But I feel every day I have to make a video. I want, by the time he grows up, and I've made lots of videos, that everything he would have loved me to talk about with him, at least I made a video and the video is there and he could watch it. So who is motivating me? No one. Given the fact, maybe I have my sisters, I have my friends, but no one is going to tell you, like, you know what? Switch on the camera, make a thumbnail, put up a title, and come and talk. No one. No one. So in case you don't motivate yourself, if you think anyone is coming to save you, I'm telling you, no one is coming to save you. It is you to save yourself. It is you to be like, you know what, I want to achieve this. And basically, let me tell you guys, there is nothing impossible in life. There is nothing impossible in life. I can see here Nasasra Jolene. Yeah, Nasasra Jolene is saying, it's true. Your point is 100%. We have to learn to accept disappointment. Thanks for the message, bro. Yeah, Nasasra, thank you very much, of course, for commenting. So at the end of the day, no one is going to come to us and tell us that, you know what, hey, Anderson, sometimes we are there. I have a friend, when we were growing up, he was my childhood friend, but he always thought, because we used to stay like opposite Lubowa Estates, that's in Tebe Road. And he always thought that maybe he would be jogging and running around, and then he will meet a very beautiful, successful woman, just like how it is in the movies. And that person, maybe that girl will marry him and then give him stuff. And He's waited. Now we are 38 years. No one, no one, if you're there and you feel like maybe someday I will find some, no one is going to come to save you. And one thing I've learned is maybe if you move some steps, yeah, if you're trying, because everyone wants to associate with someone who is succeeded. I'm telling you, everyone wants to associate with a winning team. Yeah. If you're not winning, then no one is associating with you. You've seen it, whether you're winning in sports or you're winning in business, then everyone wants to associate with you. But when things are not working out, everyone disappears. Everyone disappears. They basically want a winning person. If you're not winning, they are not there. And if you look at it carefully, because why would you want to associate with a failure? For starters, why? So in this world, one thing I've learned, everyone is there for themselves. The only person who can wish you can be better than them, and underline, the only person in this world who would wish you to be better than them, it is only your father. I've not mentioned the mother. I've said it's only your father. It is only your father who will be deep down in the village and he stays in this grass thatched hut, and he knows you have a big house in town, you have cars, and your business is running perfectly, and he would not complain. He would be like, yes, my son, my daughter is achieving. Your mom, it is a different story. They would always want, I watched, I don't want to say, but in life, you've seen women, mothers who are trying to compete with their daughters, and they are competing with their daughters. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen it. And it is the moms who are competing with their daughters. And it is very true. So the only person in this life who would want you to be better than them, it is only your father. Even when they are broke, they would not complain. That's why it is very rare to find a father who is saying like, I want to come and I stay with you. I want to come. You're supposed to support me. I did this for you. No, the dads don't do that. And it is so terrible that they are less appreciated. And then, both the kids, whether they are boys or daughters, you know, they are always on the mom's side. Given the fact that this man, they do their hustle there, but they are less appreciated. And they are the only people, by the way, I'm telling you, they are the only people. Me, if my son grows up, yeah, I'd want him to be better. That's why I've made some decisions in life. Yeah, there are decisions I've made in life for him to be better. I decided to be a single dad, to be with my son, so that he grows up in an environment I didn't grow up in. And I'm like, I can do anything for him. I decided to be a stay home dad full time, 24/7 for him, so that I can mentor him. He grows into a better person, even more than me, even more than me. So it is only the dads who do that. And the mothers, fine, they can be there for their kids. But not all parents or not all mothers would like their kids to be better than them. If they are better than them, at least they want to be with them. But the men, they just don't care. So it is very important to put it in your head. Me, when I realized that no one is coming to save me, I started changing things. Now I know if I don't do nothing for myself, no one is going to do it for me. No one is going to do it for me. So now I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to do this? How am I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way. And you too, you have to learn the hard way. You have to learn. And then the earlier you get to notice that, the better. The earlier you got to notice that, the better. When you know no one is coming to save me, no one wants me to be better than them, only my dad, then you'll be a better person. And this thing of, as I told you, if you want to go far, learn to train your heart to accept disappointment. And as I told you initially, you get disappointed by the people you love, the people you like, the people you've associated with. Those are the ones who disappoint you. And when you get disappointed in life, sometimes you lose focus. But where each time you fall and you raise up, me, I'm my own cheerleader. Me and my son. He comes and he's like, yeah, daddy, 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 daddy. He cheers me up, I cheer him up. It is only the two of us. So if someone else comes in, it is because maybe I'm on a winning side. But if I'm not winning, me, there is a time in my life, because I always want to give examples that really concern me, because I don't want to discuss other people. There's a time in life when I was still doing TV, and wow, I used to get phone calls every day. I could get not less than 40 phone calls a day. A day. I could receive not less than 100 WhatsApps, because by then people wanted something from me, and because I was winning. So people were there. So I didn't know, because immediately from school, immediately I started working. So I didn't have that time to look for a job, struggle so hard. I didn't go through that time. So when that happened, I thought that's how life was. Yeah. I thought, when you finish school, you just have to get a job, because I didn't go through that process. So now it was like that for 15 years. Do you know 15 years? 15 years, that's really long. So now things changed. I left TV, which I made a decision myself, because now I was having my son. I want to spend much of the time with him. So I made a decision myself to quit TV. And in the first month, things were working, properly. People are still calling me. And out of the blue, no one was now calling. The phone calls stopped. The WhatsApps stopped. Phone calls off. Now I can spend, by the way, even now, I can spend like a day, even a week, minus receiving a phone call when someone is checking on me. A week, a week minus no one calling me. If they call me, it is supposed to be business. Whether they want me to help them with YouTube, whether they want something, but not because they want to check on me. So now I learned the hard way. And when that happened, it really hurt me so much. Now I started realizing things. And in those 7 years when I was not in front of the camera, I can see here, who is it? It is Maureen. Maureen Sabila 8253. He's saying, hello, how are you doing today? Yes, Maureen, I'm doing very fine. Yeah, I had started the live a little bit earlier, but power was on and off. Yeah, my solar was not working properly, but I fixed it. Yeah, so now it is very okay. The lights, the power was going on and off, but now I'm very fine. Thanks for asking. So at the end of the day, I noticed that, oh, this is how things work. But I got it later in life, even after having a kid. So now I learned that the hard way. So the more you learn to be, I have a sister of mine. She's called Plates and Places, yeah, on YouTube. And there is something, when we were growing up, when she got married, she started protecting her family. It was her and her family and her husband. I could not understand it. Her family was the one supposed to come first. And I was asking myself, why is she so protective? And I couldn't understand. She was so protective. Family and husband. It is later that I realized that, oh, all these other people like us and they talk to us because we are on a winning team. But if we are not winning and basically you're not developing, then they will leave you. It is the same thing that happens to boys. There is no Maureen, you can tell me, Nasasha, you can tell me, or updates, yeah. No woman will love you if they're not seeing a future in you. Women will love you, they will like you because they see a future in you and maybe you can provide. But the time you stop providing and they notice that you don't have a future, they will leave. No matter if you've been in marriage or in a relationship or in courtship for 10 years, but they don't see any progress with your life, they will leave you. That is the fact. They will leave you because you're not progressing. So it is very important for the boy child, I'm telling you, to make sure every day you're progressing. That's why you could find men who don't give women money and they don't take them out, but because they are rich, the women will stay. And then you, who is there and you have less, but you provide and then you take care of her, you give her time. But when she notices that you're not progressing, she will leave. That is to the boy child. They will leave. There is no woman who is yours permanently. Basically, every day you have to give her a reason why she's supposed to stay with you. Every day. you have to give her a reason. That's why most of the times these girls would stay, because of the promises you're giving them. And if they see that they are seeing a future in you, they would stay. But if they don't see any future in you, they will leave. So you're supposed to develop, because I've seen a lot of men who take so much care of their wives or girlfriends or their kids, and their life protects basically around those people, and for them they don't work to self improve. And when you don't self improve, they will move away. That's why I came to a conclusion that men love more than the women. Just that the women are more emotional. They attach their love with action. They want you to call them, they want you to text them, they want you to check on them every time. They want all these fancy things, yeah? But the men, because they are not emotional and they don't attach love with emotions, so at the end of the day, most of the people would feel that the women love the most, but it is the men who love the most. That's why when a woman moves on, they basically, when they move on, they get into another relationship in a blink of an eye. And when it comes to a guy, when they split with the woman they loved, they kind of take long to move on, because they meant their love. You get the point? They met their love. And now this woman moves on. And they move on and they easily forget. So I just decided to make that pass. That is for a boy child. So whatever you do as a man, give her a reason why she's supposed to stay. That is very important. If you don't give her a reason and you're not progressing in your life, they would feel they would leave. That's why most of the women feel very bad after leaving a man and then they see him succeeding. They feel bad. They feel like, I wish I stayed. Because now you're progressing. They want, have you noticed that women always want someone who is topping? Yeah. If it's a football team, they want that guy who scores. Yeah. The women want always the best. They want the best. And if you're second best, third best, they want the best for some reason. So why can't you spend much of your time working on yourself, developing yourself, making, you know, developing you? Because now everyone would want to be with you. So you don't have to chase them, but they would rather chase you. And it is not good to chase a woman. Let be the reason, because if you self-develop, they would always want to associate with you, and that's how it is working. That's how it works out everywhere. Everyone wants to associate with the winning team. So that's why I told you, if you think anyone is coming to save you, no. That's why someone would be training, let me say they are going to run a marathon, yeah, the likes of the Kiprotiches, they did their training and no one cared about them. The Nzikurus, no one cared about them. But not until when they are on that field and they run and they win, then everyone would want to associate with themselves. So that's why it is very important to work on you. And one thing I've learned, yeah, because we are in a digital world, I keep saying this, and each time I'll get time, I'll keep chipping it in. Most of the time, this dog is barking. I don't know what's wrong with it. So, most of the times, I tell people here on our platform that, you know what? Make sure the things you watch when you're scrolling your phone, make sure they add value on you. Make sure they add value on you. Me, I started being intentional just a few years ago, just like 3, 4 years ago. That's when I started being intentional with my life. I started being intentional because number one, I learned that no one is coming to save me. It is supposed to be me, and no one is going to be there cheerleading, cheering me, cheering and cheering. Because there is that one thing, when someone is being cheered at, yeah. If it's a man and you've given your kids school fees and you try to provide for them, and one day your son or your daughter or the person you love tells you, or your wife tells you that, you know what, Daddy, thank you for providing. I can see your hustle. You're doing such a great job. You also feel like now you want to do better. But now you be in a scenario that no one is cheering, no one, you're not supposed to lose hope, man, because no one is going to be there. So it has to be you. It has to be you to do it yourself. You fail today, you're like, I'll do it again. And when you get that with you, let me tell you, then nothing can break you. I've seen like most of the people, because I told you that on social media right now, you're supposed to come out, because if you don't come out, then no one is going to notice you. Right now, we are in a digital world to an extent that damn days a lot of people used to go to the supermarket to do shopping. Right now, people will do shopping when they're at home. They order things that they want. They order things that they want, and they're just at home. So that means you're supposed to put up yourself there, because if you find someone who does sales, yeah, they do sales, they sell stuff, and they're very good and talented at what they do. They would go give a TikToker, a YouTuber, a Facebooker money to do the sales, given the fact that they don't even have experience, but because they have numbers and they've put themselves out there. So it's very important to put yourself out there. Most of the people get scared, yeah, and they're like, what if I come and I do it wrongly? Who cares? 10 years after, no one is going to remember. Even 1 year later, no one is going to remember. I'm here and I'm talking to myself. Yeah. But the next day, no one will remember that I was even here. So whether I've made mistakes, whether I've said something wrong, I will perfect slowly by slowly, but I have to put myself out there. So that is very important. I always want to chip it in. Make sure you are there. Whether you do mistakes, no one is perfect. Some people let their dream pass them, and then when they are like 40 or 50, and then they're like, I wish I did that. And the people who dared come out, they made it. They made it, because at the end of the day, if I make mistakes, so what? So what? If I make mistakes, so what? If I have small views, so what? It is persistence. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, people will be noticing, people will be seeing, and not until when you're winning, as I told you initially, then they would love to associate with you. No one wants to associate with failures. I'm telling you the truth. No one wants to associate with the failures. So what you have to do is be there, and don't put up yourself there for the wrong reasons. No, don't do that. Don't put yourself there for the wrong reasons. Be out there for the right reasons. Getting numbers is easy if you do the stupid things, yeah? And such kind of logarithm is intentional. That's why it is intentional, because they want you to focus on the stupid things that don't add value on you. I keep saying it, and again, I'm going to repeat it. Why waste your time? You go buy data on your phone. It doesn't matter which telecom company you're using. And then you spend the whole day scrolling. But at the end of the day, after the 24 hours, and then you're like, okay, my day is done, but what is it that you've benefited out of that money you used to buy data? Do you know that each time you watch something, each time you read a story, each time, as long as you're scrolling, someone out there is making money. So, what is it you've done for you to get money? Because at the end of the day, you're consuming a lot, but you're getting zero. You think about it, you consume a lot, you spend a lot on others, because each time you watch something, I'm telling you, someone out there is getting paid. And of course, you've bought also data with a given telecom company. So you're spending, and a month you've used maybe 100,000 to buy data, but what is it that you've benefited out of that, 100,000? And all these scrolls, you've been scrolling, and you're making someone richer. So at the end of the day, take note of what you even watch. Me, I started being intentional like 3 years ago. I cannot watch stupid things on my phone. I'm telling you, as long as it's not adding value on me, I will not watch it. If it's not adding any value on me, I will not watch it. At least I want to be inspired, yeah? If I want to be entertained, yes, but I make sure the rate at which I get entertained at least is lower than the time I spend learning something, reading something, getting inspired, because no one is going to do it for yourself. No one is going to do it for you. It is up to you. No one is coming to save us. That is the thing. No one is coming to save you. It is you to save yourself. It is you to save yourself. So you cannot be there. If you're hungry, you have to go look for what to eat. No one is going to get food and put it in your mouth. So if you have any dream, you have learned one thing. As long as someone else can do it, you can as well do it. If someone else can do it, you can as well do it. But it all starts with you here. You manifest it. You're like, okay, this is what I want to become in 3 years. And when you get to know what you want to become in 3 years, make sure whatever you do, it is going that direction. If it's in any way deviating, leave that. Leave that. As long as it is deviating, yeah, leave it. Me now, I want to stay in Uganda. Number one, I want to be with my son. Number two, I want to work from home. Number three, so in case someone calls me and is like, Anderson, there's an opportunity to go to America. Yes, sometimes things can change. But if it's deviating me to stay with my son because I want to nurture him and I want to work from home, then I will pass. But whatever, anything that comes through and it is taking me towards my goals, then I'll be on it. As long as it is taking me towards my goal. If someone comes and they're into content creation and all that, I will definitely go there minus asking. But if it is deviating, no. So make sure what you consume online is very important. You imagine you've watched 150 videos and nothing. You've benefited totally nothing. You're looking at the people discussing people. This one impregnated this one cheated on this one, and they don't add any value on you. And with this generation, by the way, the rich people said, I think it was either Elon Musk or someone, but one of those, rich people. And then he was saying this generation is going to produce more millionaires in dollars than ever before. Since the world began, it is going to produce more millionaires. But now, how have you taken advantage of the internet? Because right now I'm talking to you. Let me say we are six of us. I'm talking to you, but you imagine I'm talking right now where I stay very far, I stay off grid, but now you can see me, you can watch me, you can listen to me, whether you're in your bed or you're in your sitting room, but you can watch me. So why consume the kind of content that doesn't add value on you? Really? Because I keep saying this, we become who we are because of what we see, what we watch, what we listen to, the people we associate with. Because if you have five friends of yours who are driving, let me tell you, even if you're so broke, you will definitely drive. I'm telling you this. Even if you're so broke, you will definitely drive. I have my sister. She uses washing machines, yeah, to wash her kids' clothes, yeah. But because I stay in a given proximity with her, she suggested, but man, if you're struggling with washing clothes, why can't you get a washing machine? And before you know it, it's not that expensive. It is affordable. But now, if you're having five friends and they're all driving, let me tell you, be the sixth one to drive. But if you have friends who are hopeless in life, hopeless doesn't mean it's not an abuse, but you not having hope. And all the kind of friends you associate with, they are having the concept of, that is impossible. Buying a car is very expensive, maintenance is very high. Then you're going to be the sixth. But if you associate with people and then they're like, these things are possible, this is possible. If you're having five friends and they're all working, you will definitely start working. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. You cannot tell me you've been with five friends of yours and they have been successful in life. Yeah. I told you success depends on each individual. And they are all successful in life and you're a failure. It can't happen. And you hang out with those people day in, day out, you will definitely adopt it. They are like spirits, like you will also get possessed with them and you will definitely also be, successful. But if again you hang out with people who want to go to clubs and they want to drink and some of these things happen minus us taking notice, not until we sit down and think about life carefully. That's why it is very important to sometimes isolate, yeah. Because when you isolate and you're there alone, have you ever noticed that when you're very hungry, yeah, hungry like you've not eaten, your brain works so fast, you think smarter, like because you are alone and you're feeling hungry, now you're getting solutions and how things are supposed to be done. Now there you've isolated. So when you isolate, that's when you can notice that, hey, this was not moving on right. Hey, this was not okay. But when you don't get that time, yeah, to think about you, then these things happen. Me, I told you, I stayed with, there's a group of people I started staying and spending much of my life with when I had just started TV. I think I spent 2 years and I had done totally nothing in my life, just like them. We used to hang out every day after work, come hang out with them every day after work. Until one day I sat down and I'm like, for the last 2 years, what is it that I've done for myself? What is it that I've improved in? What skill have I learned? And there was nothing. I just decided one day I'm not going to go back to stay with them. So the kind of environment, the kind of people, what you watch, what you listen to, what you read is basically what you will become. Is basically what you become. There is no way you can tell me that someone has never seen, you know, has never seen something and they definitely want to do it. It's impossible. You do something that you've watched and you've seen. The girls who enter into prostitution or selling their body is because they've spent a lot of time with the girls who do that. And because these girls see how these ones are surviving, they will definitely do that. So make sure the kind of people you associate with, what you consume on your phone, what you watch, what you listen to is very important because that's basically what you become. What you watch, what you listen to, the people you associate with, the kind of environment is basically what you will become. And because we don't isolate, yeah, you will never know the kind of a person you're becoming. You can never notice if you don't give it time. If you don't, before you know it, you're doing things. And have you ever been there and you're like, but what kind of life am I living? Before you know it, it is the kind of people you associate with, and that's who you're becoming. Unknowingly. Unknowingly. If you're with people, you hang out with people, if you're in a family and everyone just gets married, yeah? Everyone in your family gets married and they leave, gets married and they leave. There is no way, the probability is 2% of you leaving your home minus getting married. That's how it works. But if you have four sisters and all of them just left their homes and they went into that kaundo kakujedenisa, yeah, high probability that that's what is going to happen to all of you. So make sure. That's why some of the people take it to be so spiritual, and they are like, you go to church and then you go to mosque, and then the pastor is saying, "Yeah, I'm removing all these cars. Yeah, most of you have." No, it is because of who we associate with, and that is who we become. So pay attention to the kind of people you hang out with, because you will definitely become that. You will definitely become that. So that is very important. That is very important. Even the things you watch on phone. Let me tell you, if they give you your phone, yeah, take note, yeah, because most of the people don't give it time to think about it. You imagine the things you watch, yeah. If you watch people who are vulgar and they say bad words, yeah, before you know it, you're going to start saying those words unknowingly, unconsciously. You're going to start saying those words, and you're like, "But when did I start saying this?" Because you've been consuming that kind of content. Now, that's whom you are becoming. If these kids, you've seen these kids when they are growing up and they're staying in an environment where people are abusive and they say bad words, before you know it, your kids are going to come home and they are going to start saying those words. Unconsciously, they are becoming that. If they are listening to this kind of music, they are consuming it even unknowingly. Yeah, that music keeps playing in their ears, keeps playing. Before you know it, they start singing such kind of songs. They start singing such kind of unknowingly, unconsciously. So also make it consciously, make it intentional that I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to watch that. Me, there are some people I don't watch. I don't watch them, and it is intentional. And sometimes we realize these things when time has really gone. When time has really gone. And then that's when you realize them. I told you, me 2026, I told myself I will be coming. I'll always be doing lives. I'll be recording videos. But I want, you know, now I feel like I want to watch things that empower. And because that's what I want, Now, even me, that's what is coming out of me. I cannot be consuming good content and I end up producing bad content. And we come here and we are gossiping, and I'm telling you which concert happened, where, who, who dressed what, who did. They don't add nothing to you. So I cannot do such kind of content, even when it will train and bring numbers. I'm not over the numbers. And it's not about the money. I want to build a community that supports each other. That's why I put up my number there. That's why I put it up for us to support each other. And we listen to things that add value on us, not the things that really subtract. They have to be added. It is useless to have 1,000 people come and watch and we are discussing totally nonsense. I'll be I'll be corrupting you, by the way. That is stealing from you. Because at the end of the day, if the numbers are so big and I'm making money but I'm not adding value new, it is unfair. It is really unfair. So that's why you're supposed to be conscious. You're supposed to be intentional. And you're like, no, I will not watch that. You make it intentional. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to listen to such kind of music. No, I'm not. And it because it is intentional, then what you consume, you will basically become that. Remember, I told you no one is coming to save us, because not your mom will tell you how you're supposed to scroll your phone. Basically, what you feed yourself is who you become. So pay attention to those details. Pay attention to those details. No one is coming to save us. No one is coming to save us. And when things don't work out, they don't work out with you and with you alone. And those who could have realized it a little bit earlier would improve. No one is coming to save us. I'm telling you, no one is coming to save us. It is upon us. So, me, I learned these things a little bit late in life. And 2026, I was like, I've learned a lot of things. Some of the things I'm still going through, some of the things I'm still learning. But I was like, no, now this is the kind of content I'm going to be doing. And if I get only 50 people, and we are empowering each other, yeah, and we are supporting each other, that's all I love. That's all I want. 50 people, 50 people. That's why I put up my WhatsApp there. That's why I put it up. That why why would I really? You think about it. Then I come here, I'm telling you who cheated on whom. Really? Really? Isn't that being unfair? That now, when you watch, it is so useless. You watch a video, yeah? You watch a video for an hour. You've been scrolling since morning, and at the end of the day, you've gotten nothing. You've added zero value to yourself. But you've used your data with any, telecom company. You've Each time you scroll, I told you someone gets paid. But you've got totally nothing. Totally nothing. Really. You consume, but you don't earn. Let me tell you, the more you're spending, let me not even use consume, you're spending money, but you're not earning. Give it time. Just give it time. The money you're spending will get out, it will be over, and you'll not be having the money. It will get out and you don't have nothing because you've been consuming and you're not adding value. You're consuming, but you're not adding value. At the end of the day, you will wake up and you have nothing to spend. So you have to be intentional, my guys, man. So that's why I watch things that add value on me. You will not see me. When people discuss, most of the people say, stupid people or broke people discuss people. Yeah, broke people discuss people. Medium minds discuss issues, yeah? Like fair minds discuss issues. But then the bright minds discuss business and improvement. I don't know if I've put it right, yeah? So what is it that you discuss? What is it that you watch? If you get to know that someone cheated on the other, okay, how is it benefiting you as an individual? How is it benefiting? So make sure what you consume. Now, the good thing, it is 11:55. It's 11:55. Tell me, since morning you've been having your phone, what value have you added to yourself, or what have you sold? Talk to yourself. Don't tell me. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Me, I would rather watch something inspirational. I swear, I would rather watch something inspirational than watching someone discussing others, because it doesn't add value on me. I'm 38 years, man. I'm 38 years, and then I'm watching nonsense. No, something that doesn't add value on me. Now everything in my life is intentional, because I noticed I wasted a lot of time. So now I'm trying to catch up. And it's never too late, by the way. It's never too late to catch up. So now, right now, I go to club to drink. Right at this age, I go to club to drink, to dance. Oh my goodness. Okay, I watch people discussing stupid things at this age, where I'm supposed to be taking care of my kid. I would rather read how to take care of a kid. I would rather watch such kind of videos. I would rather watch how to make, my online business better. But at that age, yeah, you're looking at who bought a new car, which girl was gifted. You're still in girls' DM. You're messaging girls, and you're broke, and you have internet, and you buy internet, you buy data, put it on your phone, and then you start vibing girls. You start. Let me tell you, the other person who has made money will come and take that girl you've been helping out, because you won't be having a future, and you will see like the other guy is better, is having a better future with them, and then they will leave you. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. I'm telling you, work on yourself. Work on yourself. That's the most important thing. I'm telling you. Me, I wonder. I really, 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 really wonder. Maybe. But sometimes I say maybe I've grown old. But I'm like, no. Again, I have my age mates who still do that. And then you're looking at who to vibe and who to sleep around with at your age, instead of looking for money, instead of learning a skill. It is really very absurd. But because BCM Uganda, I want to build a community where we support each other. We can WhatsApp each other. We can talk. That's what I want. And that's why I don't want a lot of people. No, I want a few. I want a few. But at least we add value on each other. And now, if you think about it carefully, you'll be like, but seriously, the whole day, this week, I've put, let me say, 100,000 this month of airtime, MBs. Have I gotten anyone to give me 50K? Have I sold something? And if you think about it carefully, then change the concept. It's never too late. Change the concept. Of course, now it is 11:58. I didn't want to enter the next hour, but I think let's just continue. Should we stop here or continue? Should we stop here or continue? Any comment that comes first, that's what we are going to follow. Should we stop here or continue? Should we stop here or continue? Any comment that comes through, then we'll be doing that. So think about it carefully. Think about it carefully. At this age that you have a phone and you can, come and watch me, I think we are all in the same age bracket where we have to add value to honor us. Me, I told myself I'm not going to get a girlfriend right now to start, soliciting money, then I'm providing. Even when me, I need help. Me, myself, I need help. So now I start helping someone else. No. Let me first work on myself. After working on myself, do the investments I want. After doing the investments I want, then I'll just point you. I'll just point you. I want you. Because at the end of the day, I'll be able to provide your needs together with your mom and dad. You get the point. Then there, it is very okay. But not until I'm in that position. I'm not going to chase girls. You're 38. You're having 2 kids, 3 kids, and still again you're chasing for girls. And again, the small money you're making, again, you're going to spend it on them. Are you really making sense? Not in a bad way. And by the way, let me tell you something. What you consume is basically what will come out of you. What you consume is basically what will come out of you. And I am telling you, if I consume a lot of content that is about gossip, immediately when I come here, I'll think of gossiping. I'll start discussing the other one did this, the other one did this. Now, like people who discuss music, music is good, but now you're so taken up by that artist you love so much. Supporting them adds value to them, but does it add any value to you? Does it? Do you benefit in anything by being a diehard and you're following a crowd because you want to be seen that this given artist knows me and we are friends and we take pictures? Are you going to eat pictures when you're broke and they're struggling with life? They're not going to be there. They're not going to be there. So at this age we are on, we have to be very, very focused. And this is the kind of information you're going to be getting here. We're not going to be, once in a while, of course, we can have fun here and there, but it is supposed to be limited. It has to be limited because I want us, at least, because every social media, yeah, people are discussing them, at least get a platform where you know that, you know what, at least when I go here, I learn something. I add value on me. Okay, we are going to be calling it a wrap. For the people who watch immediately when this video is done, I want to tell you thank you very much, of course, for watching through. And of course, for the people, in case it's your first time to be watching and you love the video, you can go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification button so that next time when I come and we're doing our lives, you're among the first people to be watching. Once in a while, we work outside. Once in a while, we come here in the studio. So, yeah, feel free. That is my number. You can always WhatsApp me and we can always chat and talk about different issues that, of course, add value on us. So until when we catch up, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. It doesn't matter where you've been watching in from. I remain Luze Andrew Anderson. Still again, tomorrow will be coming through chatting. But of course, my kids are now they're in holidays. I performed, I think it's called mini term. We didn't have those things when we were growing up. So they are in mini term. So now he's at home. So during day he'll be disorganizing me a lot. But yeah, we'll still be doing our lives. So until when we catch up tomorrow, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and may God bless you. And whatever you feel like you want to achieve, yes, I pray you achieve the things that you want to achieve. Yeah, because now we are media, so the year is going to end. Of course, we had our resolutions and the things we wanted to do in 2026. What is it? When the year was starting, we are like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. First, go and see how far have you gone with all your ambitions and the things you wanted to do. Your resolutions of 2026. How far have you gone? Go and see and weigh and see